Childhood abuse can actually result to post-traumatic syndrome, which you will keep struggling with as an adult if you don't deal with it. And this can bring lifelong issues. And these lifelong issues comes with self-doubt, and this affects many aspects of our life, which parenting is one of them. And this is why I'm talking about this topic. Hi guys, hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the first time I've seen this beautiful face. My name is Bunike. Please do not make it your last. Subscribe to my channel and I talk on issues relating to faith, family and lifestyle. And if you're a returning subscriber, you guys are the best. Thank you for returning to my channel. So on this video I'll be talking on the topic abuse and now raising children. I know most of you will be like, why is she always talking about parenting? Even me too, I'm shocked. So why am I always talking about parenting? Whenever I bring on my camera, the thing that comes to my mind is talk about parenting, motherhood, raising children. I guess it's because this is what I can actually relate with at this point in my life, because I'm a mom. By the way, if you've not seen me before, I'm a mom of 2 beautiful girls. So because it's something I can relate with, it's a season of my life I'm in. That's why I see myself talking on parenting. Guys, please pardon me, it's not planned, but I hope people are learning 1 or 2 from these tips I'm sharing. And that also says that I'm not a professional. I'm not just a mom of 2 girls. I have a little knowledge of parenting, and I have also read a couple of books on parenting, so I decided to just share with other people, That is why if you have other tips, please drop it in the comment below. We'll be very glad to read and learn from you too. And also, if you feel that the things I'm saying are not right, this woman, what is she saying, this is not the way, please feel free to drop it in the comment below. Most times when people hear about abuse, our mind normally goes to sexual abuse. That is the most popular form of abuse. But let me tell you guys, it'll be shocking to hear some forms of abuse that people go through, that children go through without even knowing. Or some of us went through as children without even knowing that we are abused. We saw it as normal. Our parents were streets. So that is why in this video I want to talk about abused and now raising children. What is the effect? How is it going to affect parenting without you knowing? Most times we are determined and we are so, we even swear that we will not repeat some of the mistakes that maybe our parents made while raising us. We are going to adopt our own ways. But this thing doesn't come to you naturally. If you are not raised that way, you see yourself struggle to do those things. Let's say maybe when you are growing up, you are verbally abused, and you now say that I will never do that to my children. Yeah, you may determine, but sometimes you may see yourself replicating what was done to you if you are not careful. Number one, to identify that this was an abuse, and then be intentional not to repeat it again in your children. Remember that I said that as adults we are shaped by our childhood. So those things you saw growing up as a child has a long road to play in your life now as a parent, as an adult that have grown up and now raising your own children. If you're not careful, you will repeat those mistakes in your children. And no wonder this saying that Adamu ake benanka, you don't learn how to use left hand in your adulthood. What you imbibe in a child sticks more than what you now try to. When you have to learn it as an adult, it's more like a struggle. It doesn't come to you naturally. So before you even become intentional or determined that you're going to raise your children, I'm not going to make some mistakes, you have to first of all identify those abuse that you went through without knowing. Because when you identify them, you now know how to handle them, so that you not repeat those mistakes in your children. Do you know why some people are always in doubt of their parenting style? It's because of those abuse they went through without them knowing. When we are not confident in our parenting, we resort to unhealthy ways of discipline and speaking to our children. This comes from a frustration of not knowing, or you're not even aware of how to do it the right way, the healthy way, because it wasn't done for you. You can't give what you don't have. So this is why you're always in doubt. You feel like, are you sure I'm doing the right thing? Maybe when you see your children, you feel like you're not doing it the right way because you don't know. What you don't know, you cannot give. So it is what you know that childhood abuse doesn't just go away like that. It doesn't just go away by decision, but it's determined by, you have to identify it. If severe abuse, you need to see a professional therapist that will handle it. Child abuse actually hits deep to the soul. It's something that you have to take very serious. And so now, this is something that people went through without even knowing, and now they're raising children and they see themselves making the same mistake without even, because they don't even know they went through abuse at the first place. Number one, the one of type of abuse is all know that one. This is a common form of abuse in our society, and this abuse has long-lasting ill effects the life of an adult. It can actually affect every aspect of person's life if care is not taken. Abuse can affect you as an adult, trying to even know who you are, trying to identify the things you like it can affect your life more than you can even think about it. So you have to handle it. Another form of abuse is physical abuse, and this abuse can come in form of hitting, spanking, pushing, shoving, any form of discipline. Or you know that this was not coming out of love, it was out of anger, or your parents that you are trying to prove a point. Yeah, I'm not my mother, I'm your mother, I will show you who I am today. All those forms of discipline most times results to abuse. Whenever you discipline a child and the anger outweighs the love, because what is discipline? You're trying to correct that child in love, you're trying to prove a point, so you're not competing with your child. So whatever it is, as if you're trying to prove a point, that you are angry, you are expressing yourself without thinking, you are being emotional about it, most times it results to abuse. So sometimes I see people arguing whether I am using cane on children, whether it's good or bad. I'm not here to argue and tell you whether it's good or bad, but most as a child of God, you have the Holy Spirit in you. Whenever you do sometimes when you do something, sometimes when you even talk to your children, you're not even use cane. In certain way, the Spirit of God in you start questioning your heart because of that. So just tell me, most time people flog their children. It's almost done out of anger, because if you are trying to correct a child out of love, there are numerous ways you can do that. And some people they go and quote the that says spare the rod and spoil the child. Yeah, but the other place that said in the Bible that the rod of correction, that rod there, I can put it to that. The Bible is not talking about cane there. And after that, the Bible does not say spare the cane. He says the rod is cane rod. Rod is iron. It's Bible telling you to hit your child is an iron rod. No, it's trying to tell you, like he said in another place, the rod of correction. So that rod of correction is different forms of ways you can correct the child. It means if you are just staying without correcting your child, without disciplining your child, using different ways, then you are going to spoil that child. I'm not trying to tell you should go and hit your child with a rod. This is my own 1 cent. Please, I'm not saying that it's wrong or right. Before people attack me, but you have your conscience and you have the Holy Spirit to be a child of God. You have feeling, you have human feelings. So just know the word. Most times, some parents they have cane, but they don't even use it on their children. Just use it to scare them. But if you want to flog a child, correct a child with cane, there is a limit to it. Not flogging the child all over the body. You can just give a child 1 or 2 in the hand, and then make sure you explain to the child why that is done. Not just flogging the child will cry without even knowing why he or she was flogged. Everybody's angry, no correction has been made, and still repeating again. So this is just what I'm just going to start. I'll stop here. Another form of abuse is neglect. This one, most of us, because I'm talking about abuse and not raising children, so just know that anything I'm talking about is something that you might have likely went through without knowing that it's an abuse, and now it's affecting your parenting style. Neglect. Some children, they are being neglected. How? Their parents don't even count their opinion, because they see them, these children, if we should go and sit down, these children, they don't count their opinion, they don't suggest anything. Sometimes listen to your children, take their suggestion and do it, so they know that they can actually give an opinion. It helps their self-worth, it gives them confidence. Like it helps them, even when they go out in society, they can express themselves without being shut up. Like there's something that I read somewhere, they said that teaching your children to be smart and also be outspoken helps them in life, because sometimes most people that are outspoken, they're not even the smartest. The smart ones, some of them may even be quiet and be like, they should just study, they should not talk. But when you don't talk, how would the world see what is in you? When you don't, not only talk, when you don't express yourself, being bold enough to express yourself, bring out, let people know the things that you have. This thing comes from your parenting, the way you parent your children. Allow them to express, don't neglect them. Another form of neglect is when a child is crying, you leave that child to cry for a long time. It is a neglect, especially when the child is up to an age where they now understand what it means. Maybe from 2 years and above, a child is crying out of anger, you just allow that child to keep crying for a long time. It's a form of neglect, and these things abuse them without knowing. These are some ways that went through abuse without knowing. Another form of abuse is abuse. Some abuse can form a form of saying mean things to your children, hateful things to them, calling them names, name calling, putting them down, mocking them, comparing them, and also public discipline. This comparing. Some parents, like when we are growing up, and some of our parents, they'll be like, see your mates. I don't know your mates. And these children that are expecting that, like always comparing your children, don't need to compare your children, just talk to them. You can discipline them without don't compare them. Those things are a form of abuse, because, like I said, this affects their self-worth. They may feel like their parents don't even value them, who will not value them, kind of. So don't compare your children, don't put them down. If they're not doing it, maybe they did something bad, instead of you to put them down, encourage them. Putting them down with your words or public display. When your child misbehaves with the public, you hit the child, embarrass the child in the public. It's not always okay. Either you calm down and control yourself, when you get to you deal with it, or you take them in a private way, in a private place in that public, and discipline them. Don't discipline them in front of everybody. Hit them. It's a form of abuse to them. Just think about it. It affects them. Like human beings, they have their own self-value and their self-worth. So if you don't consider those things when you're disciplining them, it affects them. Childhood abuse can actually result to post-traumatic syndrome, which you keep struggling with as an adult if you don't deal with it, if you identify. And this can bring lifelong issues. And these lifelong issues comes with self-doubt, and this affects many aspects of our life, which parenting is one of them. And this is why I'm talking about this topic. As a parent who survived childhood abuse, you are advised to seek the advice of a therapist or find other ways to come to terms with what happened to you. You can't wave them off because they will resurface. Your children will keep reminding you of your childhood. So your children shouldn't be the ones and to endure the results of your abuse when you are a child. So me as a Christian, I will advise you to, as I identify the abuse, pray to the Holy Spirit to heal you. He heals our physical and emotional wounds. So He's gonna heal you if you really depend on Him and pray. He's going to heal you. Deciding or determining will not solve anything. After decision, you see yourself going back, acting the opposite of what you have decided to do, because those things doesn't come natural to you. Because your childhood, like I said, formed your adulthood. You can't give what you don't have. Even when you fail, don't feel bad. Keep trying. It may take time, effort, and hard work. It's not just go your way. And it's not come naturally to you because you were not raised that way. So you have to keep doing it until it becomes how you want it to be. And when you keep doing that, it will get better. They also advise, there's a book which I shared in my description box below called Emotion, How to Control Your Emotions. So you don't suppress emotions, you actually identify them and know how to handle them. Book, you can check it in my description box. It's a very affordable book. Invest in emotional health. It will help you. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and please drop other rules, drop what you think from this video. And see you in my next one. I'm going to be continuing this video. I don't want it to be too long. I'll be listing different ways that we can neglect our children. So watch out for that. Bye.